Hi SCA grads. My name is Nate Peters and I'm on the SCA Society Board. I was a K-12 student here. I graduated a couple of decades ago and now my kids attend. Despite sharing this school, I will not pretend to share an understanding of what it's like to graduate right now under the realities of the past 15 months. It's been 100 years since another Canadian grad class had to deal with a year wiped out by a pandemic. I'm torn between offering words of hope and encouragement for the future or offering words acknowledging all you've missed this year and the complicated emotions you must feel. Maybe we need to do both. I heard one of your parents share their worry about what the impacts of unacknowledged loss will mean to you. So let's acknowledge it. Give yourself permission to mourn for whatever you've lost this year. In my opinion, your loss as grade 12s is greater than your younger peers. I'm sorry for what you've had to miss. Sports, dramas, musicals, band and worship bands, retreats, chapels, normal school schedules, graduations, parties, and ultimately these are all lost opportunities with your friends. Those generations who went through the Great Depression or the World Wars were forever changed by those experiences, and I think the same will be true for the young people who went through COVID-19. Malala Yousafzai also missed her grad last year, and her words to her class were, "Don't be defined by what we lost to this virus, but by how we responded to it. The world is yours now, and I can't wait to see what you make of it." I do want to offer hope and encouragement. Be proud of the strength you showed to make it through these circumstances. This was a grueling marathon, and the emotional toll was high. Don't forget you have that endurance for when you go through difficult circumstances in the future. God makes no promise to keep it from us, but he promises to walk through it with us. In John 16, Jesus says, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." And in Matthew 11, he says, "Come to me all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Last year, Barack Obama said to the grads, "Nobody can tell you anymore that this is how it's always been done. More than ever, this is your moment, your generation's world to shape." I'm excited for where your generation's going to lead us. I hope and pray that each of you will discover your passion and abilities and find a place where you can use it. For myself, I know what a gift it is to work where you get to use both, and I hope that can be true for all of you. It can be so daunting as you approach the end of high school and ask questions like, what should I do with my life? Where should I go to school? Where does God want me? Who am I? What do I believe? Author John O'Leary gave an answer to this question in a single sentence, written for this year's class of 21. Something his grandfather had given him at his high school graduation that he's never forgotten, from Micah. "Seek justice, love mercy, walk humbly with your God." As I finish off, my parents did a blessing over us at bedtime, and that's a tradition we've carried with our children, and I'd like to say it over you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace.
Parents and family friends, teachers, and most importantly, graduates. Today marks a significant occasion, even if it looks much different than we all might have hoped for or what you had imagined. The class of 2021 is the first class to graduate after enduring the pandemic for an entire school year. Over the past 9 months, you have faced more than your share of challenges. You've had to shift to online learning when restrictions have been imposed or when you were identified as a close contact of someone who had contracted the virus. Or worse, you've had to deal with having COVID yourself. Others of you as well have opted to learn from home for the entire year to keep themselves and their families safe. The pandemic has interrupted your lives outside of school too, and all those holidays, events, games and gatherings, normally so much a part of who we are as social beings, has been lost to you as well. You could easily be defined by COVID and its impact, but this would not be fair. Your graduation from high school is a culmination of 13 years of schooling and your experiences as well. Who you are is defined by the cumulative effect of all of these years. When you think of everything that you've faced, it makes what you've accomplished even the more impressive. The materials that have been covered in grade 12 classes is complex enough on its own. And yet, on top of this, you've also demonstrated remarkable resiliency and commitment to get to where you are right now. You should all be incredibly proud of yourselves. This was no small feat. The studying, the assignments, and the exams you completed with ever-shifting circumstances speaks volumes about your strength and resourcefulness. You should be proud of yourselves. I know that I am, and your family is as well. As hard as it is to believe right now, these difficult times will pass. And while you might look back and think about those things that you've missed out on because of COVID-19, I wonder if there aren't some positive aspects of the experience that will serve you as well as you move forward on from high school. For instance, I feel collectively we've gained a greater understanding of how our actions and our choices can impact our community as well as our loved ones. The ability to be flexible and adaptable when faced with quickly changing circumstances, a true appreciation of the people that bring meaning to our lives, friends, extended family members, neighbors, and mentors, and the importance of finding ways to connect with them, even when we can't be together. These are all important lessons that help put the future into perspective for all of us. Most, if not all of you, have either read about or heard of Maya Angelou, an American author and educator. Her words ring so true for you as you graduate this year. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. You stand ready to take your next steps, and you'll be able to apply all that you have learned at school and so far in life during the journey ahead. All the hard work, determination, and courage that you've shown this past year makes me all the more confident that there are remarkable times ahead for the class of 2021. On behalf of myself and your teachers and everyone else at Elk Island Public Schools, congratulations, graduate. I wish you every happiness and success. Thank you very much.
Greetings, class of 2021. Today we are here to celebrate you. Can you remember when you started kindergarten in 2008, fresh face and wearing your best clothes, and you might have been a little scared and probably a lot excited and maybe just a little overwhelmed. I'm pretty sure your parents were feeling the same way. I know I was when my kids first started school. It was the beginning of a brand new learning journey on which you've discovered so much about the person you've become. Those days flew by very quickly. You made friends, developed new skills, discovered subjects you loved and excelled in, and you grew in understanding, in empathy, and in height. With junior high came a new sense of independence. You met students from other schools, discovered that wonderful world of options, and found different ways to challenge yourself. Maybe you expressed yourself through band, drama, CTS, sports, fine arts, and other amazing courses, and you probably began to find your own voice and style and really stand out as your own person. Senior high brought even more autonomy, but also a lot more responsibility and unavoidably thoughts about the future, what the future might look like. Some courses were easier than others, and sometimes the material proved to be challenging. But through hard work and persistence, you discovered the satisfaction of achieving success, even when it didn't come naturally. Those years passed swiftly too, and today we have come full circle. You are fresh-faced, wearing your best new clothes, and ready to start the next phase of your learning journey. Once again, you might be a little scared, probably a little excited, and maybe just a bit overwhelmed. And I promise you, your parents are sharing in all of those emotions yet again with you. Graduation is a big step. Maybe you know exactly who you are and where you want to go, or maybe you're still figuring that out, and that's fine too. Wherever the path takes you, though, this much I know, your learning journey is a lifelong one, and the next adventure is always just around the corner. If what you've achieved so far is any indication, I know that there will be wonderful opportunities awaiting you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Elk Island Public Schools, congratulations to the graduates of 2021. May you find much success and fulfillment on the roads that lie ahead. Thank you.
To the high school students in Strathcono County and Fort Saskatchewan graduating this year, I want to congratulate you on achieving this milestone, and to also congratulate all the parents, grandparents, teachers, and other mentors who have supported you along the way. The line is often attributed to Mark Twain that, when I was 18, I thought my father was pretty dumb. After a while, when I got to be 21, I was amazed to find out how much he'd learned in 3 years. So your parents could look forward to gaining a great deal of wisdom very soon. Graduation is a time of critical transition for you, but your graduation in particular comes at a time of critical societal transition as well. You've probably heard it said before that the jobs that many of you will do may not exist yet, and the jobs your parents and grandparents did may soon be replaced by machines. The way things are going, I sometimes wonder if they will try to replace my job with a machine. Particularly during this pandemic, the nature of work and the use of technology has changed dramatically. And even when the danger passes, there may be many more people choosing to work from home, controlling and managing their environments according to their preferences, reducing opportunities for the emergence of spontaneous community. There will be positive and negative effects of many of these forthcoming changes. More time with family, greater global interconnectedness, but less chance opportunity for chance encounter with someone entirely different in experience and outlook. My brief advice to you in the context of all of these events is to face the changes that are coming without cowering from them, but also to fight to preserve the good things about the world as it has been. Don't expect that everything will stay the same. Take advantage of the new opportunities that are in front of you, and look for ways to profit from them both personally and professionally. But still push back against the change when it doesn't make sense. Insist on taking the time for walks and greet the people you meet along the way. And resist dependency on electronic devices. When you have something to say to someone that's important, say it face to face. You can benefit from change, but you can also control it to preserve the good of the old while taking the best of the new. During this pandemic, there has seemed to be a sharpening of political tension and anxiety, with disagreements about politics overwhelming people's lives and leading to the breaking of personal relationships. Sadly, I expect this trend to continue. But resist it. Politics, including the fight for various kinds of justice, exists to uphold and protect the truly beautiful things in life, such as family, community, and the arts. Politics is like the coolant in your refrigerator. You need it to keep your food cold, but you shouldn't mix it directly with the food you eat. As the world changes, we all have to remain open to discussion and debate about the best path forward, without descending into recrimination and hatred, and without confusing speech with violence. We will only be effective at charting a path forward if new ideas are always free to bubble to the surface. Happy graduation. Good luck out there. Find truth, justice, purpose, and true beauty. And face the future with courage. Our best days may still be ahead if we choose to make it so.
Hello, Nate Glubish here, MLA for Strathcono Sherwood Park. I wanted to take a minute to offer my sincere congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. I bet many of you thought this day would never come. And I bet that many of you are wondering about what comes next. The COVID pandemic has put you all through very trying times. I want to tell you that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be uncertain. With all that we have seen and faced this past year, it would be abnormal not to be. But I also want you to know that it's okay to be excited and to be inspired. It's okay to dream and to plan for the future, because the future is bright. I know the future is bright because you are going to have a hand in building that future. And that gives me hope. That makes me proud. Proud of you and proud of this province. As you celebrate today, I want to share with you some of my reflections on this past year and some reflections on lessons I have learned since I graduated from high school. I hope that these will serve you well in the days ahead. Let me start on the topic of challenging times, something we can all relate to and something we are all too familiar with. I want you to know that what matters most is not the magnitude or the severity of the challenges that you face. What matters most is how you choose to rise to the occasion, to put your best foot forward and meet those challenges, and to tackle them to the best of your ability. The last year has dealt you a difficult hand, but I want you to know that you are not alone. As you mark this day, celebrating the close of an important chapter in your lives and greeting a new horizon full of possibilities, know that all of Alberta celebrates with you. And make no mistake, all of Alberta knows the challenge you faced and that you have had to overcome to complete your studies and earn your diploma. As you chart your next steps on a path forward, be it post-secondary education, be it a career in the trades, maybe it's an entrepreneurial venture, whatever it may be, all of Alberta watches with anticipation of what you will accomplish and who you will become. Your graduation today, in this year, at this time, and through these trials, it is a testament to what you are made of. It is a testament to your potential, to your resilience, and to your endurance. And so I encourage you to take what you have learned through this difficult time and carry it forward into whatever comes next. I'm confident it will serve you well. Finally, don't worry about the things that are outside of your control. Instead, focus on what you can control. This is a lesson that has served me well, even if I need to be reminded of it from time to time. I am confident that if you are willing to work hard, work smart, and to persevere through difficult times, you will find success. And as you take each new step along the way, remember that all of Alberta is rooting for you. Congratulations to the class of 2021.